Language in children. In the last video, we talked about language in infants. You might be able to see the black pop up on the on the upwards part of your screen. I will give about language in infants. The last video. Now I discuss about language in children. Now, language in children is a bit bigger topic than language in infants. We completed the whole topic of language in infants in the last video. But language in children will have two videos. In this video, I'll be discussing about two topics related to this, and in the next video, I'll be discussing about the other two. Such as in the you can see this topic is divided into four subtopics. You can see here words, morphology, syntax, and pragmatics. So in this video, I'll be discussing about words and morphology. In the next video, we'll be discussing about syntax and pragmatics. I'll give you that video in the end of the video as well. The pop up in the end of the video. I'll give you that video or the part two. You might see that pop up in the end of the video on your screen. Now, language in children. Let's see the introduction first. According to the various studies, most of the infants start speaking their first word when they become 1 year old. So, according to you have to remember this. According to various studies, what they suggest is that many infants they start speaking their first word when they become 1 year old. In this section, we'll discuss the characteristics of the initial words spoken by infants and children, followed by grammatical rules children use, and lastly, we'll run pragmatics, i.e., social rules of language. So, as it tells you all the topics in this topic, in this big topic, all the subtopics it tells you. Now let's see the first topic, which is words. One of the first words that children speak is related to objects, people, or sometimes to their activities. Now, as this says, one of the first words that children speak is related to objects or people or sometimes to their activities as well. So what are the first words which children speak most of the times? They are most of the times related to objects, people, or sometimes the activities of people. Now, by the age of 1 year, children can speak about 12 to 52 words depending on his or her developmental speed. Now, you have to remember this as well, that the age and how many words they can speak. At the age of 1 year, they can speak 12 to 52 words on the again you have exceptions, right? On the basis of their developmental speed. Some can speak 12, some can speak like 52, which is a lot. A child of 12 to 13 months will frequently use partial words to express their thoughts, such as tur for water or flow for flowers. Now you might have experienced this at the you have to remember the time as well, the age 12 to 13 months. And what I'm trying to say is that you might have seen this actually in the kids which are like around 1 year old or less than 1 year old. They often do a little bit lesser than 1 year old. They often do this. They often use this simplified or short forms to kind of or simplified words for water, such as stir or flow for flowers, in any language, such as maybe not just English. This is because this is English, they are giving you examples of English, but maybe your language of your hometown or anything. But they don't exactly use the words, but they use like partial words to express the thoughts, or the express that particular word, the partial part of that word, such as they use water as stir, they say water as stir, and flowers as flow. This can be in any language they grow up in, the surrounding language, the language which the people around them speak all the time, because again, not everyone speaks English, right? These partial words are expressing an idea which is known as hollow phrase speech. Now, these partial words are expressing an idea which is known as hollow phrase speech. Now, you have to remember this point. These partial words, which we just discussed, stir and flow, or these kind of things, are expressing an idea which is known as a hollow phrase speech. Once a child learns a word, he or she overuses this word in expressing all other objects along with the original reference. Now, once a child learns a word, he or she overuses. They overuse this word in expressing all other objects along with the original reference. Now, they might relate it to, for example, you can take such as, and they now learn the term water. They just know the word water now completely. So, anytime they see a drink such as which is not just water, it's orange juice or anything, they might just say water to it, that I want that. So they would say I want water, such as like that. So they overuse that single word for expressing all other objects along with original reference. This is also known as overextension. Opposite to this phenomenon, children show underextension, where a learned word is underused. Now, for example, now let's see example. If a child has learned that the German Shepherd of his house is a doggy, then all other breeds of dogs cannot be called as doggy. This is the example. Now, morphology. After learning words, children soon start learning about using morphemes such as ed, ing, and as, so, etc. An English speaking child acquires knowledge of using morphemes appropriately between the age of 1.5 and 3.5 years. Now, what is morphemes? To discuss this about when we started this topic of language, you might be able to see a black pop-up on the upper part of your screen at this time. That will lead you to that video. It was the first video which we uploaded about language, about the topic of language. Studies have suggested that they first learn using ing followed by s, followed by sir, and then learn to use ed. Now, you have to remember the second point, which is the most important. You have to remember the age when the child acquires knowledge of using morphemes appropriately. When they acquire knowledge of using morphemes appropriately, they acquire it at the age of 1.5 and 3.5 years, like at that time. And that is it for this video. As I told you, I will be only discussing two topics, which is words and morphology in this video. In the next video, I will be discussing about syntax and pragmatics. So it will be called as language in children, a part 2. And I'll see you. I'll give you some time to, before concluding the video, I'll give you some time to take the screenshot. Now I'll see you guys tomorrow with the part 2 of this video. You might be able to see pop-up of a playlist and a channel and a video. So you can go. The video will be of language of student part 2. You can click on that video right now. You might, if you see it, and watch that video. And I'll see you tomorrow. As I always tell you, recommend you in every video. I'm uploading videos every day. So please subscribe to the channel and on the bell icon so you don't miss out any any videos I'll be uploading, such as the video I'll be uploading tomorrow. So on the bell icon as well, with subscription, after doing subscribe. And also, if you loved the video, like the video as well. I'll see you tomorrow with the language of children part 2 video. Until then, if you want to leave a like, you can leave a like.